So I want to point out something here. I am not a fan of Donald Trump. I did not vote for Donald Trump. The main reason why I will say this: if it had been any other Republican, Vivek Ramaswamy, Nikki Haley, uh, freaking the guy from Jersey who blocked up the tunnel, Chris Christie. There we go. I would have voted for any of them. But the only reason why I did not vote for Donald Trump is because I don't believe this guy's going to be gone after 4 years. He's going to sneak himself into a third term. However, however, I agree with most of his policies, and my bank account was a little bit fuller under his regime as far as grocery prices go. The gas price thing miffs me because people forget that we had a pandemic and the laws of supply and demand dictated that there was more supply than demand because people were staying home. Thus, the gas prices fell. If you honestly believe that the price of hamburger is going to come back down to 99 cents a pound and we're all going to live and leave it to Beaverland, guess what? The meat packing companies know they could get $3 a pound out of you. The grocery stores know they could get $3 a pound out of you. So that's what the price is going to be. The only thing in this country that's going to fluctuate is the price of oil and energy. That's it. Maybe like water, like the price your municipality makes you pay for water will come down. Utilities is what I'm meaning to say. The price of food and eggs are not going to hit 59 cents a pound again, guys. It's not going to happen. Why? Because they know they could get this money out of you now. I'm not saying that they won't stay where they're at. They're not going to go up. In fact, I think Trump will keep them from going up. But that's not the point of this video. The point is Rachel Zegler, Snow White herself, hashtag not my Snow White. The one who thinks Snow White needing a man is weird, as she put it. Anyway, on the day after the election, she goes on there and totally bashes anybody who voted for Trump, F you all, blah, 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 blah. Well, now she's walked that tweet back. Apparently, I think Disney told her to walk it back, guys. Because here is a girl who, and I can't call her a woman, this is a little girl. Okay? She's acting like a little child. John Oliver is acting like a little child. Anybody who goes out there and looks at the American people and goes, F you, F you, F you for voting for this, you're a child. You're a complete moron. The people spoke. That's what democracy is. Now, am I afraid of this guy taking away our democracy? We have nobody to blame but ourselves if that happens. But anyway, Rachel Zegler, getting back to the point of this video, I hate talking about politics because I'm not even a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent who thinks that the way we govern in this country to begin with is wrong, is stupid. We should go with the popular vote and get rid of this electoral college bullshit. But hey, Trump won the popular vote too, so I can't complain. I have no right to really complain. Um, Getting back to Ziegler, god damn. So Disney, in recent months, since it looked more and more like Trump was going to win this, has completely flipped their woke agenda. If you remember, we get a bunch of lesbian witches in the Acolyte series. We get just each and every turn, just this message shoved down our throats. Again, if gay is your way, that's okay. I have no problem with gay and lesbian people, okay? But I'm getting sick and tired of it getting shoved down our throats. Because my kids are watching this. And people are saying, well, don't you want your kids to be acceptive of all races and religions and all this? And I'm just like, you know what? I'll let my kid make that decision when he grows up. What I do and what I tell your kids now, because we've all been children, we've all been kids. What we get told now, we completely rebel against when we get older for the most part anyway. My kid has a pretty good brain. My 15-year-old kid has a pretty big, good brain in his head. So I'll leave him to make the decisions of what he wants to be in this world. And I'll try as little as I can to influence it, whether it be sex, whether it be religion, whether it be anything else in his ideology. I don't push anything onto him. Okay? I'm an atheist. My kid goes to church almost each and every Sunday. He believes in God. He posts on Facebook about God. He prays to God. Good for him. You don't see me sitting there looking at him going, that's all bullcrap, right? No, I let him believe what he wants to believe. The only thing I try to do to him is tell him, don't drink to excess and don't smoke. Don't do drugs. Shit that might kill you. Okay? Anyway. And I'm already going to disable the comments for this video because I don't feel like catching a bunch of bullcrap from either side of the aisle, whatever side of the aisle you're on. I don't give a crap. My point is that the media is already spinning its narrative back in the other direction. I'm going to link to it in the comments below. Actually, I'll go ahead and play it. I don't care if NBC copyrights me. This is a piece from NBC News that was posted to their YouTube page just a little while ago, where one of their reporters is talking about how Disney is now backtracking the woke and how people are sick and tired of the woke message, and they're calling for Rachel Zegler to be fired when not 6 months ago the people at NBC would be on Rachel Zegler's side of this. They would be interviewing Rachel Zegler, and they would be preaching about how we shouldn't be coming after her. Let's play this clip.
Because Rachel Zegler has not just made these recent comments about Donald Trump, which she's walking back now. She also made some comments earlier while promoting Snow White, saying that Snow White doesn't need a prince and that this isn't the 1930s anymore, and that Snow White can exist on her own. And that upset a lot of people, including Megyn Kelly, that has been very vocal about Disney recasting this movie and not having Rachel be part of it anymore, even though she has, come out and apologized. Disney, though, they haven't said anything. I reached out to them late this afternoon, and they haven't said anything to anybody just yet. But this is all coming, Tom, as Bob Iger had said earlier this year that, Disney isn't trying to be woke, that they actually are trying to steer their films back to just creative, imaginative storylines and not be so focused on the messaging. And, Elon Musk has been one of the vocal critics of Bob Iger and of Disney, saying that they are playing it, too safe and being overly politically correct when it comes to the content that they're making. So we don't know what Disney is going to do, if anything, right now about Rachel Zegler.
You can understand their sensitivity here because while it may go straight over the heads of kids, parents are the ones who take their kids to the movies, and you may or she may have really alienated some parents in certain states and with certain political leanings, and that costs money, right?
But see, it's hard to say if this is really going to affect the bottom line at the box office. And that's because so many celebrities are actually very left-leaning. And you have people like Robert De Niro and other celebrities that are, going out and campaigning for Kamala Harris and going out there and make their political stance and slant very known. And people still go see their movies. I think at the end of the day, people want to go be entertained. And I don't really think that they let politics affect, it's my own personal opinion, don't let politics affect affect whether or not they're going to go see a movie. But again, if she continues to make comments, it could give Disney more pause, and maybe they will have to come out and say something and do something about it. And I just want to point out, look what happened with Gina Carano, who made comments about comparing conservatives to their oppression, she said, to victims of the Holocaust. And so obviously that got her fired from The Mandalorian, and she's been suing Disney. And I just want to point out that Elon Musk has been helping her pay for that suit, and it looks like that's going to go to trial in the fall. So this is not Disney's only headache.
So you see there, they even mentioned Gina Carano's lawsuit against Disney, which, if you've been following any of like the Midnight's Edge guys or any of those people on the Fandom Menace, as it's called, you would know long before now that the lawsuit was taking place. You would know long before that she was preaching about people turning against each other and Jews, and talking about Jews turning against other Jews during the Holocaust. Which, go watch any modern day documentary about Anne Frank and you'll realize that it was their own Jewish brethren that turned them in, and that was told the German army where they were hiding. It was more common than you think for Jews to betray other Jews during that war. Anyway, one of the best damn female characters on television, and they had to ruin it because of what she said in a damn tweet. Anyway, quit letting Twitter run your lives. That's the way I see it. But they're even talking about how, oh, Elon Musk is helping her. And they're totally spinning the narrative. NBC has flipped their lid. Literally just flip-flopped. If this would have been 6 months ago, or even before, or even if Trump had lost, that news report would be totally different. Anyway, I would say let me know what you think in the comments below, but the media is changing. The winds of change are hitting Hollywood, and I think Hollywood's going to be better for it. I think the only two picked movies that have made Disney any money this year have been Deadpool and Wolverine, which was not woke at all. It was anything but woke. And Inside Out 2, which did not push agendas onto people. Also, to tie this into a wrestling thing, that video piece talks about people speaking their minds against it. Kevin Kelly was freaking fired from AEW this past summer for talking about how a good movie like Sound of Freedom was, and then of course, we can't just leave a movie and let it be a movie. We gotta get on there and go, you support Antifa and all this mess, which led a man to lose his job. They took his job. They took his job. South Park. There you go. Anyway, I think the winds of change are finally coming, and rightfully so. Hollywood has learned, you go woke, you go broke.